Well, Merry Christmas, Scorpio. It's December 2023. Great to have your company again. I hope that's going to continue into the new year. I'm excited about some of the things that are happening for the Scorpio-born natives, and especially this month when I have a look at your horoscope. My God, you've got this 12th house Venus hovering sort of just in that secretive part of your horoscope, and bang on the third going into that really heavy square with Pluto. That's your ruling planet. Venus is the ruler of your relationships. So, and Venus is in very close proximity of your past karma point, Ketu, or the south node. So I think you are learning so much about your relationships now. I think you're coming to a point where you repeated a few mistakes, maybe even over a few years, to really let karma hammer home what precisely the message is, what precisely the lesson is, the karma of these relationships. And it's not bad, actually. You've got Jupiter transiting there with Uranus, plenty of opportunities in terms of relationships. And that's not just if you're single, if you're in an existing relationship, this is going to be an opportune moment, especially with the new moon on the 13th. It's going to bring out the flavor of your horoscope. New moon is going to take place in your second sign of Sagittarius. It's interesting. You wouldn't think that that has to do with any sort of relationship, but actually Mars, your other ruler, is there. Sun is there, which is ruling your career in the finance sector. Yeah, this new moon is going to impact predominantly the financial side of things, but in the ancient Vedic tradition, the second house has to do with family. And, you know, your significant other is the cornerstone of family. So if you've been married a while, this is perhaps a revolutionary shake-up, an opportunity for you to look into the heart of the relationship and also dichotomize or divide or separate, segregate the personal side of your life from this financial material side of your life, which we are seeing is really going to come into focus at that new moon phase. The retrogression of Mercury is also interesting. Mercury rules your social life. So in a sense, that synchronicity has a bearing on the relationships. Here we see it spilling over into your personal social relationships. So for the most part, I think you are going to be doing a massive review of how you've been dealing in your relationships, how you've been reacting in those relationships, and especially if you've been repeating patterns or behaviors that are obviously to yourself not ideal, but you've not been able to kick the habit, so to speak, then I think this retrogression of Mercury and the new moon in your second house is going to shake things up for you, notwithstanding that right angle, that square from Venus to Pluto. That's also very, very powerful. Pluto's right down under the bottom end of your chart right now. This is all the deep-seated emotional stuff that's been hanging around for years. And, you know, it's getting close to the fourth house. Fourth house is all that early inherited stuff that you've been going through. So I dare say that a lot of what you're going to be experiencing on the surface should not be taken at face value. You really need to dive down deeper, drill down deep into what Pluto is having to say about the roots of these feelings. For example, if you're suffering some sort of jealousy, where is that insecurity coming from? Dive deeper into the early patterns of your childhood, the role modeling of your mother and your father, their interaction. And that may give you some insights into why you're unconsciously maybe repeating those behaviors at this stage of your life. Important stuff. It's very important, but don't forget, life's too important to be taken seriously. You've got Jupiter going direct. Again, that has some reference to your second house of finance as well. That happens on, that's right at the tail end of the month on the 31st. Prior to that, you've got the full moon on the 27th. That is going to take place in the sign of Cancer. That's your 9th house. That's the house of higher learning and spirituality. None of these things are isolated, really, Scorpio. You've got to look at the fact that these breakthroughs in the relationship, in the finances, all percolate up into this higher dimension, giving you freedom to explore the spiritual realms of the higher dimensions of your creativity and your awareness. So I think that's a highlight for you. Actually, a very, very nice ending to the year. You've got a few square aspects there to Neptune. Again, Neptune's ruling your 5th house. So we can see here these triangular houses, your karmic houses, with these water planets very strongly bringing up your past karma for elimination at this time. Perfect spring cleaning over Christmas to ready yourself for the incoming new year of 2024. Please do take a look at the text-based forecast for December, astrology.com.au. Please subscribe. We would love your last-minute subscription for 2023. For all of you who've been supportive, for those of you that are new, for all of you, Merry Christmas. Stay safe. I do look forward to seeing you again in the new year. Take care now.